This is a Professional Edge. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. And the topic that we're talking about is Let's EAT. E stands for estate plan, A stands for a financial plan, and T stands for a tax plan. So the previous session that we were talking about was E for let's get our estate plan in order. Basic concept being we can plan our estate with a last will and testament, or we can use what I call the invisible blanket. We can avoid the probate court process, keep our affairs private, and therefore our nosy neighbors cannot find out what we distribute to our surviving spouse or to our children. They cannot find that information because it is not a public document. So again, that's the invisible blanket for your estate plan. That's a revocable living trust. The other part of this revocable living trust is if you own property outside your domicile state, then we can avoid the ancillary probate in the great state of Florida or Alabama if you're a resident here in Georgia. And therefore, we don't have two probate estates going on. So again, that's an ideal vehicle if you own real estate or you own multiple properties of real estate, that you avoid the probate court process in your domicile state and your ancillary state. So again, we don't want two attorneys talking together because they talk real slow, not like myself talking very quickly. But they bill by the hour, so therefore they're very, very slow, and we will talk on the phone so we can bill. That's what attorneys get paid for. They get paid for time, so therefore they're not time sensitive. Until they are billing you, then they're very time sensitive. So again, to avoid that whole entire probate court process, we recommend to a lot of our clients, 90+% of our clients, to plan their estate with a revocable living trust, keep their affairs private, avoid the probate court process, and also avoid ancillary probate. So to start that conversation, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. So what's the other part of your estate plan on Let's EAT? Well, part of the estate plan is let's protect the children from themselves on being a spendthrift. You've taken your entire lifetime to accumulate these assets, and unfortunately, if you don't earn your assets, it's easy to spend those assets. We've all seen it. We've all heard it. When a child inherits this money that they have not earned, they squander it. Yes, they squander it within 93 days, date of death. Your lifetime savings gone. Well, let's structure it a little bit different. Put it in a trust so they can't squander it. And let's give them 3 bites at the apple. Let's give them some income each month, but then also give them access to that principal over, let's say, 5-year increments. Every 5 years, we get a third of the principal of the corpus of the trust. And that way, they sort of start understanding the value of a dollar. At least you hope so. The other key provision on that, leaving this money in trust for your children, is that it protects them from the claims of creditors, and their largest potential creditor is their potential ex-spouse. So again, we're protecting them. We're not controlling it from the grave because we allow them to be in control of their own assets. But it is one planning provision which a lot of people overlook. And being a tax attorney, a CPA, and we've completed over 2,500 estate plans during the course of my career, I'm a big proponent of planning for the unfortunate event. So that unfortunate event could be a bad business transaction, and therefore they're being sued, no fault of their own. We're in a very litigious society, so let's just protect those assets. And again, we got to do this planning up front. So let's EAT. Let's get the estate plan done. So to start the conversation, as a warm-up, basically go to our website, emcadvisors.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie Advisors.com. And on the right-hand side is the Alta Estate Plan Guide. Click that. We'll send it out to you, carte blanche. We will even cover shipping and handling. Don't even ask for the $7.95 for shipping and handling. So that starts you thinking in the right direction of let's eat. Let's get your estate plan done. So on to the A for the let's eat, a financial plan. So what is a financial plan? Well, we take a snapshot of what you have today. You could be employed, gainfully employed, you and your spouse, you're working, you participate in 401k. And with that in mind, you might have this life cycle fund. Well, if you've been listening to the Professional Edge, there's some pros and cons to those life cycle funds, and everyone seems to be pressing that easy button and putting a significant amount of their allocation in their 401k in those life cycle funds. Well, I'm telling you, you're leaving money on the table. And when we sit down at the Cunningham Center or Atlanta or via a Zoom call, I'll show you specifically what I'm referring to on how you're leaving money on the table. But it's easy. You select 2045, 2030, 2020 fund, whatever it is, and you just keep pounding away and putting your money in that, and you think you're getting the best result. Well, you're getting a result. I'm not sure it's the best. And very open and candid, can share that with you on a one-on-one conversation. So back to this a financial plan on Let's Eat. The A stands for a financial plan. So we have this snapshot of where you are. You're contributing to your 401k. Your spouse is contributing to the 401k. Are we on track? That's the question. Are we saving enough money to have that safe and secure retirement that we talk about here on the Professional Edge? Well, the only way you're going to have a financial plan or a understanding is you have to run the numbers, and that's what we do at estate management counselors. We see where you are currently, where you are on track, or whether you're not on track. Well, if I'm the age of 50 and I'm listening to the Professional Edge and I have no idea whether I'm on track, I think I'm on track. Well, that's like, I think I know where I'm going on vacation, and I have a map of Florida. I think I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to a beach, don't really know the exact way to get there or be the destination that I'm looking for. That is sort of remiss. And this, you are responsible for your safe and secure retirement. So a financial plan is we take that snapshot of where you are, what you're contributing, what you're saving, where your allocation is on your investments. Some people have not adjusted their portfolio, even with the change of administration and the now pronounced change in tax structure that is being proposed, and it's going to come down the pipe. We cannot have $1.9 trillion of handouts and not think that anybody's going to have to pay for it. So what is your financial plan going forward? And if you don't have one, again, probably 95% of our listeners here on the Professional Edge, before they engage with us and work together, don't have any sort of financial plan at all. They're sort of winging it. Well, I'm sorry. If you build a house, are you winging it and you just sort of start building it? That's sort of what you're doing with your financial plan. If you don't have a financial plan, you just start cutting 2x4s and framing some stuff. And, well, maybe I put a window in here. That's not the way you build a house. You get the plan and you follow that plan. You cut things in certain ways. And cutting and those dimensions are what you're doing with your allocation in your investment portfolio. Again, are you holding the right assets in the right accounts? We have Roth accounts, we have IRA accounts, we have 401k accounts, we have 403bs, and then we have these after-tax accounts, the regular brokerage accounts. You're getting your 1099. We're during tax season right now, and you may be paying unnecessarily taxes on money you're not spending. That, being a tax attorney and a CPA, just doesn't make sense to me financially, that you're paying tax on money you're not spending, but you're trying to save and accumulate that money. So again, look at your 1099 that you're receiving, your regular broker, call it whoever you want. You see them on TV advertising all the time, or your 1-800 number. If you're okay with being a number on that 1-800 line, what's your account number? What's your customer number? And they're not taking into account any of this tax planning. And that's the part of the Let's Eat having a tax plan, the T for EAT. That takes into account what you're actually keeping, because it's what you keep at the end of the day that actually gives your rate of return. And if you look at your brokerage account statement, that fine print says we do not give tax advice. So how can you make a financial decision if you're not receiving integrated tax advice for your own investment account? So again, we meet with individuals down here at the Cunningham Center, or we have Zoom meetings. We give the list of information to the individuals, and we do a review of that. And I ask certain questions, and we run some analysis on that. And it's eye-opening to the individuals. They never take into account what is actually transpiring. And it's amazing to me. And they say, wow, okay, I did not know that. And you just say, okay, you're probably not holding the right investments in the right account because you're unnecessarily paying taxes. And would it be okay if we help you reduce your taxes? Hopefully that's a yes answer. And therefore we restructure things and get things operating more efficiently. So that's part of this a financial plan. Then we also make sure that you're accumulating enough money, or if you're a retiree, are you distributing your money out of the right accounts in the right amount? So therefore you are not going to run out of money before you run out of time. That's another analysis. And then we also look and say, okay, what's going to be the most efficient vehicle to leave to the children or leave to your surviving spouse? How are these structured? You may have bought Google back when it first opened, or Amazon, and you have some significant winners, and that makes up a portion of your portfolio. Do we sell part of that today? Do we leave that? Do we transfer that to the surviving spouse now? Or do we start giving that away to the kids? If you know that you're not going to run out of money, then wouldn't it make financial sense to start funding your grandchildren's education when they're first born, and sort of peel off the top the earnings that we adjust your portfolio that you weren't getting, and now you're going to receive this additional return on your capital, and just place that in the grandchild's trust or grandchild's education account, and let time be on their side, and let the compounding effect of that growth in those investments grow for them. And again, if you structure it right, they're not going to pay any income tax on that if they use it for qualified education expenses. So this is the A in Let's Eat, E.A.T, a financial plan. And the financial plan is just not your individual accumulation. It's also, if you're a listener here on the Professional Edge and you're in retirement or getting close to retirement, that's a huge transition. That discipline is different from accumulation. We're now in the distribution part of your portfolio and part of your investment career. Yes, can you withstand a 30% drop within your portfolio and still have that safe and secure retirement? Well, we run that analysis. We sit down and we say, okay, can you withstand this? And a lot of our listeners say, oh, yeah, I can handle that. But when it happens and you see a 15 or 20% drop, 20% on $1 million portfolio is $200,000. Now, most of our listeners have not had a $200,000 annual income. They can't even fathom a $200,000 drop in, let's say, 30 days. They would completely be concerned. So therefore, we take into account, it's still only a 20% drop, but it's 20% of a very large number. So therefore, that will also affect you emotionally. So we put that in force in effect and make some plans for that. So a financial plan is what we work on when we eat. So let's eat. Let's get our estate plan in order. Let's get a financial plan, and let's get a tax plan. To get that, go to emcthebundle.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie, thebundle.com. That's where we combine all three of these. Again, emcthebundle.com. We have more here on the Professional Edge on Let's Eat. So stay tuned. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, certified financial planner, and to have a one-on-one consultation or just a conversation, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798.
With today's financial markets, are you getting the personal and professional attention you and your money deserve? Clients of estate management counselors benefit from having one set of professionals advise them on their tax, estate planning, and investment advice. We call that the Professional Edge. Todd is a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. With over 15 years' experience, he welcomes the opportunity to assist you in preparing for retirement, implement effective tax planning strategies, and to help you properly plan your estate. His radio show, The Professional Edge, is aired weekly on Sundays at 9 a.m. If you're interested in meeting with call his office at 877-654-9798. That's 877-654-9798. Do you want to feel more confident about making the right investment, tax, and estate planning decisions? Today, these decisions are more complex than ever. Have you thought about working with a professional advisor and not sure who to turn to? Not sure what qualifies one to be an advisor? Todd is more than qualified as a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. Is with Estate Management Counselors. Estate Management Counselors operates as an independent fee-only investment advisory firm. They're dedicated to gaining a personal understanding of their clients' objectives and implementing professional counsel and advice to achieve those objectives. So take a second to talk with Todd to learn how you can benefit from their multidisciplinary practice where they coordinate their clients' legal, tax, and investment strategies into one comprehensive and integrated plan to enhance and protect their clients' financial security. You can reach Estate Management Counselors and speak with Todd by calling 1-877-654-9798. That's 1-877-654-9798.